Thanks for tuning in to Healthy Planet One, where we discuss healthy living from experts in each of their fields. This is your host, Patricia Starr.
And your co-host, Kimberly Knock.
Today's guest on Healthy Planet One is Camille Van Sant. And we're going to be talking about ending what is it? I apologize. Oh my goodness. Greener paths for veterans. That's what we're going to be talking about. And we're so excited to have Camille on with us. Camille, you and I spoke probably a few months ago, and we were involved in a grant that we were trying to get, and you were the one that was heading up. So I was really happy to connect with you. I just want to introduce you to our listeners as a Navy veteran, instructor, and entrepreneur, and you are presently the Director of Operations for EcoVets, which is a nonprofit that assists veterans in training, employment, and healing through agriculture and landscaping. I love that because I'm all about nature, Camille. So we're so happy to have you on with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Patricia. I'm always trying to get the word out so that we can encourage more veterans to become active in our group.
Well, tell me a little bit about this focus with organic gardens in Florida and kind of what your background is around that to start off with, if you don't mind.
Well, I originally went into horticulture way back in late 70s. I went and I got a degree in horticulture out in Los Angeles. And then I came to Florida by chance to get a job and realized that you really need to own the business in order to make money in horticulture. So I ended up in the Navy to go into electronics to get a more lucrative job so that I could then own a business, which now we're 40 years later. I started a business and a website, Green Garden Chef. And then I actually got pulled into the community and started working for nonprofits, creating demonstration gardens through organic and permaculture, especially in Florida because of our harsh conditions. So I started at Crowley Nature Center. I worked there for 4 years. I did their demonstration 18th century pioneer farm for them. And then I moved on to Florida House Institute, which is a great place over on Beneva in Sarasota. And I then installed permaculture gardens at Florida House, which are still there. Everyone can go there and visit. And then I hooked up with the veterans through the Eat Local Week through Transition Sarasota, and started helping them out. They started as Green Path Veterans Farm through another nonprofit, Florida Veterans for Common Sense, and they are a group of veteran Vietnam vets that wanted to do a volunteer program for veterans, and it was a project under them. I took over as their project director over here at Easter Seals, which is our home base over across from the airport. Easter Seals had started a certified organic farm for their high school students that they teach here. And so they invited us to be guests and join them. So we expanded the farm a bit, and now we share the farm together, and it works out for therapy and lessons for the kids, and it also works out as a training place and a very therapeutic place for veterans to come, as they can reconnect with each other when they come back, or just being out of the service. It's helpful to reconnect with veterans because you have that shared experience. And so we do it surrounded in nature. It's very calming for everybody, but it's about building the family back up again of veterans in the local area.
Wow, that's a big order. And I love the fact that you're grounded, if you will, in organic, in gardens, and your background. I think that, and check me if I'm wrong, having that base in gardens really helps with the stress. You alluded to that just a moment ago, right?
Yes. Any kind of stress. You know, not all vets are combat vets, but everybody experiences stressful times in their lives. And so any vet can come out and partake in our activities, and we are a great support system for each other. You know, as they transition, some may be going through a divorce, some others may be having health issues. And so we are trying to also stem the tide that there are 22 suicides a day by veterans. And a lot of it is they have health issues from training. Just training in the military can really give you disabilities because of the hardships of training, jumping out of airplanes, things like that. So there's many ways that, you know, the veterans can get injured while they're in. And so they may have some disabilities when they come out. And especially with the PTSD is the most critical one about preventing suicide. A lot of them are on medications. They want to get off the medications. So the farm can give them a place where they can relax and be calmed down from life stresses so that they don't have to jump to have medications for anxiety. Let's take care of the issues of the anxiety in the first place
and
before we go into taking.
How are you able to funnel people into that, into what you're doing, into this Operation EcoVets to get in touch with them? How does that work from where you sit?
Well, we do have a vibrant Facebook page. We post all our events, our classes, anything going on at the farm. We also, in season, this is not our season. Everyone thinks this is the growing season. This is too hot for growing in Florida. Right? Our growing season is October to June, which we have two great growing seasons, more than up north, but still, it's very difficult to grow. So we have the farm open on Saturdays for just an open house. Anybody can come by. During season, because of COVID, it might be delayed till October, but we plan on having it open again on Saturdays from 9 to 2 p.m., where anyone can come by and visit and just stroll. It can be a U-pick farm. Most of our produce is produced for the cafeteria here at Easter Seals, as they run a preschool here with 100 children that attend every day. So they cook them lunch and snacks, and we provide whatever we can. We also use our produce for our events. I believe that, you know, camaraderie can happen over a shared meal. So by bringing vets out and just having them help me harvest, we build a salad, we have sandwiches, and just sharing that meal, then you can have the bonding happen, especially between vets that are combat vets. There's a unique bond that happens between them, and I'm trying to facilitate that and offering a venue for them to come to and just hang out with each other, not in the form of therapy, but in the form as this is a great atmosphere for you to reconnect and share your stories with each other. So many can be helped just by voicing their feelings about what they experienced to another person that experienced the same thing. As in any kind of, you know, shared experience, there's bonding.
Exactly. It's like we really are social creatures, are we not? Right? So
yes, it's necessary. With COVID coming down, I don't have anyone at home but my dogs. And after like a month, I went to a friend. I go, you've been safe, right? She says, yeah. I go, can I have a hug? I just need a hug. I can't stand it anymore.
Creatures. I love that. And where is this farm exactly? Where is it located?
It's at 350 Braden Avenue. It's right across the street from the airport. Sarasota Airport. It's a 7-acre campus. It's Easter Seals has been here for 70 years providing disability services to adults and children. They're a phenomenal nonprofit. Tom Waters is the CEO and director, and he is an amazing person in his ability to organize people and get work done. So he runs a tight ship here, and they've spent this time since they had to close down. They've spent this time like revitalizing the area. What we're taking this time to do is kind of revamping the farm a little so that it's more like garden rooms instead of rows and rows of plants, which it never really was. But we're really bringing it so it's a more delightful experience, more signage, so people can self-tour and understand what we're doing here.
Oh,
so
nice.
We're spending the summer
Uh-huh.
rebuilding the farm also. As I see many businesses are taking this time now to reinvest in their business, because I think we all have to reinvent ourselves a little bit in order to go forward with this.
I love that
pandemic.
concept of garden rooms. I went to Earthbound Farms in California, and they had that same setup where it's self-tour, and you really get to get involved with the feeling of each room. And that's a great idea that you guys are doing that. Say a little bit more about agrotherapy when you talk about it in relation to PTSD. How does that work in your the way you're working with it?
Well, the agrotherapy really is, excuse me, let me see. The agrotherapy is really the experience of being in the farm and embracing nature. Because we are organic, we have butterflies and frogs and lizards. People don't realize if you drive around, you don't see butterflies because we're all chemically dosed almost everywhere, every landscape.
Right.
But when you have an organic garden and you do not spray any chemicals, you have butterflies galore as long as you have attracting plants, the appropriate ones, milkweed being a great one. But we have a lot of native shrubs, using a lot of natives. So when we also provide landscaping, and we use a lot of natives and edibles. And when you have that atmosphere, just having someone chase around a butterfly is actually therapeutic for them to just do that. Because
I grew up in Vermont. I would definitely agree. Yeah. That's great.
I mean, and what's amazing to me, I mean, is that when I have times of stress, I will go out, and it seems like the butterflies know that I'm stressed out. And they come right up to me as if to flutter around in front of my face to say, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You know?
I love it. And we all need to hear that, right, Camille? Especially these days.
I know. We don't know, we don't know where we're going, it's hard to plan. We were really, so our group, Operation EcoVets, began because 2 years ago, I went to Florida Veterans for Common Sense, who had us as a project, and I said, let me take this out on its own and let it be its own entity. And they agreed. They thought they actually are a great incubator for other projects. They started the Veteran Court. They started the Stand Down. And now they're working on Veterans in Focus, which is a film project for them. So it's really a great incubator type of organization. And they have good standing. They've been around a while. So they said, okay, go ahead, take it. So we started as Operation EcoVets 2 years ago in August. And we've been slowly developing. And this last spring, we had so many events and great classes planned, and it all got shut down. Just like March 1st, forget it. You're not doing anything. So we're trying to reinvent, but we do need to be open so that we can be together. Zoom meetings just don't give you the same therapeutic feeling.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. How can you be best supported, especially given this time? What would you ask of the community in order to be able to support your efforts?
Well, the best bet is that you can go to our website, give us a small donation. Even $25 is enough to serve a lunch for a vet. Or we would love to have more volunteers come on our Saturdays, and they can help out. Or you can just help us to bring people to the farm, tell a vet about what we do here. That's what I'm trying to get the word out. Help us get the word out. Share our posts from Facebook. Comment on our Facebook page. That's actually builds up a base for people and gets the conversation going. You can't believe how helpful that can be to comment on our Facebook posts. Come to our classes. Come visit the farm. Just support what we're doing in any way, even if you can't give monetarily. You can give by sharing us with everybody you know.
Are people starting to come around to the farm now at this time? Is that starting? Are you starting to see more traffic to the farm?
Yes, once we started, publicizing and having a regular day, like Saturdays, I did start doing that back in March. And then we kind